everyone, it's Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this scalloped box pop-up card tutorial for you guys today. This is from Fawn. This is one of their die sets from their latest release. And I'm also going to be using the Watercolor Wishes 6x6 paper pad to create my card pop-up. And I went ahead and did all of my die cutting because that is a big time-consuming part of this. This whole tutorial is a little bit time-consuming. The whole process of doing this card is time-consuming, but it is certainly worth it because the end result is so much fun. So I'm just kind of showing you the pieces that I've got here. I've got my little banner pieces, obviously the box itself or the card itself. I got the inner pieces, the little grass hill that I created, and then the little panels that I'm going to add to the outside of the little panels as we go along. So first I'm going to assemble the main part of my card here. I'm going to add some really strong adhesive, and I'm just kind of lining that up. And the images that I want to go ahead and tell you to, the images that you will be seeing, I will not be doing a color tutorial. I did those previous because I wanted to focus on this tutorial of showing you how to put it together as well as to decorate it. So I didn't show you the coloring or anything like that. So I'm sorry if that disappoints you, but this is a long video as it is, and I didn't want it to be extremely long. So I'm going ahead and I've already scored my my pieces here really well. You want to make sure that you do get your score lines really good and creased down because that will help you adhere these little inner pieces like this. And I'm showing you that you line up the little pieces on that first score line and kind of spacing them out kind of evenly and just folding them back as you see here. And this is the easiest way to put these little inner tabs in here. Kelly Marie did the introduction video to this die set, and I really do agree with her that this is the easiest way to do these tabs. You could do it after the box was assembled, but it's much easier to do it this way. And then once you get the box all open, it's already there for you. So you'll need to fold down 3 more different sides. You need to leave one of the back side, the largest back side straight up. You don't need to fold it, but I kind of did it the wrong way here. I should have, which I'm easily fixing it, but you couldn't see my green panels on the inside, but there you go. And you just leave one of them up, and of course the 3 sides folded down. So now we're going to go ahead and add the little, I cut these with the simple stitched hillside border and with the same green Watercolor Wishes paper. And I'm going to add my strong adhesive on each of these pieces just to get that out of the way. You could use really any adhesive. You could use glue, your really like your tape runner or anything, but you want to make sure that whatever adhesive that you use, it's going to be a really strong one because obviously you want these pieces, you don't want these pieces to fall off or anything like that, especially if you're going to mail this. So I'm going to work on the little banner part before I continue on to add the little rest of the hillsides because it's going to be a little bit better as you see, as to see why, because this little banner is a little bit intricate. It's very, very flimsy. So especially the little line part here, and you want to die cut 2 sets of the little, I'm going to call them sticks or little poles, if you will, because that will adhere. You're going to sandwich more or less that little line in between, and it makes it just a little bit more substantial as opposed to if you just left it just one little, just the one pair, I guess. So you want to layer one on top of each other, and that will make it a lot more substantial if you're going to create a banner using this banner portion of this die set. So I'm just using some glue to adhere this. You could, like again, you could use your multi-matte medium, which you'd want to use a glue that is going to be strong. Once again, it's all about the strong adhesive is the name of the game by putting this thing together because obviously you want it for it to keep its form and keep its shape once it's unfolded. So I'm just kind of adding my little poles in between my little hillside and the inner part that I put in here just to kind of sandwich that in between there too. So I'm kind of showing you as the best as I can as I'm putting this together what it's looking like. because I know it's kind of an odd angle as you film these because obviously you're looking overhead and not straight down like as a normal card would be. So I'm trying to show you each step as I complete it the best that I can. So hopefully that is working out for everybody. So I'm just going ahead and adding the rest of my little hillsides, and I kind of stacked them to where they're a little bit different levels, if you will, from the shortest to the tallest in the back, just to give a little bit more dimension and interest. So I've got this blue piece of cardstock that I die cut, and this is going to create my background or my sky element, if you will. And then I'm going to go ahead and get these little white panels that I die cut from just plain white cardstock. And I'm using this new step also from Lawn Fawn. It's called Meow, You Doin'. It's one of my favorites and I absolutely love it. I'm so happy that they made a kitty set finally for all of us kitty lovers out there. So I'm going to go ahead and add some sentiments to these little panel strips here before I adhere them to my little box. So I wanted to use as much of the sentiments as I could, obviously that coordinated together with the theme of my little box here. So the first one that I'm going to do is this Be Positive sentiment, which I absolutely love. It's so cute. I love the play on words. And I'm going to take the little paw print and use some plastic flamingo ink, and it's going to give it just a little bit of color to around that sentiment, and I thought it would be a little fun little element to add to my sentiment. So I'm adding 3 of those, and then I'm going to go ahead and add this to my panel here, and I thought I didn't like the white on white aspect of everything, so I went ahead and die cut the main panel again, just one, and I'm just going to cut these strips off that will have that scalloped edge, and I'm going to add them to the 3 of the folded down panels just to give it a little bit more background and something to be a contrast to my little white panel pieces here. So, and it really does help it pull it together at the end, and you'll see obviously the end result here. So I'm just adding my glue here and getting those into place, and using glue really helps to line these up really well so you can see how much better that looks, and it's not just plain stark white. And I really do love how that was all coming together like that. So I'm going to go ahead and add this first panel now and putting my glue on there and just kind of wiggling that around and getting that into place. And then I went ahead and stamped down 2 more sentiments, the Meow You Doin' and then Wishing You a Possum Day. I thought those would be really great with the Be Positive sentiment. And I am making this for a coworker of mine, and she loves cats like I do, and she's really a positive person. No pun intended. She really is a positive person, and I thought she would absolutely love this. So you'll see here as I'm going along, I'm going to be putting her name on the banner here. So I'm taking this little alphabet sentiment, this alphabet set from Lawn Fawn. As you can see, it's been loved. It's been loved quite a bit. Even some of the stamps doesn't want to even stick to the plastic anymore, but luckily have not lost any of them yet. So, but I am going to really speed through this portion here because all it is me stamping down her name, which her name is Sarah, and it's perfect for 5 of these little banner die cuts that I did with the same pattern paper. I used all the same pattern paper like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, so I wanted everything to coordinate as best as I could. So I'm using that same plastic flamingo ink to stamp down these letters, and they're a really great fit for these little banner pieces. So if you ever do this, or if you have this little stamp set here, this alphabet set from Lawn Fawn, know that it is a great fit for those banners. So I'm just going to fold those along. This will help me go with the process a little bit faster as I apply them to the little banner. And speaking of kitties, you can hear mine. That's Daisy, if you can hear her in the background. She loves doing this. I don't know why. But I think she's just wanting to say hello to you guys since she knows I'm doing this card. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and add my glue. and then add the rest of this letters to my banner, and it's a perfect fit because obviously you really can't get more than 5 banners, especially of this size, onto this you can't get more than 5 onto this little strip here. So it worked out perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on to get those all adhered, and you can see it's kind of, you have to just work your way around those little pieces. I'm actually, kind of a side note, I'm actually kind of surprised that I actually bought this set, because as I was looking at it and seeing the demonstrations that Lawn Fawn did with their video, and I saw all the little pieces that it entailed and stuff like that, I've mentioned probably in past videos how fumbly my fingers are when it comes to smaller pieces, and so it takes me just a little bit longer to do something like this, but I knew that I wanted to create one of these so badly, and I'm not really one to take the time to measure out and all that. So I was happy that Lawn Fawn created this whole die set, and they did a really great job adding the extra elements to this die set as well. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and add my little kitties here. You can see how I colored them. I did go ahead and, like I said, color these off camera, and all I did was use my Zig Clean Color Real brush markers to color these in, and I wanted to make them all different. And as you're putting this together, you want to kind of fold it as you're going to put it in an envelope, just to make sure that everything is into place and everything's lining up well. So I'm just kind of spacing out my little kitty cats the best that I can, so you can see all of them as you set that on, your table or whatever. And I wanted to add my little ball of yarn here, but I didn't have any plastic pieces like you've seen in other tutorials. So all I did was just take a piece of regular Scotch clear tape and add that to my little kitty. I just kind of put that on the back there, and just add a little bit of powder, as you saw there, to take away the stickiness. And it's transparent, so you really can't see it immediately. So I thought that was a really neat way to add my little ball of yarn to my little kitty cat. So we're going to go ahead and place him on the front here, and that completes the whole tutorial on this card. I'm going to slow it down here and show you how this is all working. And whenever you close it up, and then you can just put this in a regular A2 size envelope, and then when the recipient receives it, they just pop it open. It's really fun. It's so awesome how you can put this in an envelope. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and a look at this really fun die set. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will catch you on my next video. Bye-bye.